as they make their way through the playoff. And now we get to see them here playing out through the group stages. Plenty more games to come from them, but their opening match is going to be against Tundra, one of the really scary teams in this group. We'll see if they can pull off a surprise win here, but we are fully expecting Tundra to have an advantage in this matchup. The drafts, as usual, looking a bit crazy for Tundra, but they know what they're doing. And if it wasn't for the support duo, I would be pretty worried for Tundra, but their supports enable their calls so well. I mean, it's a MOUZ Phoenix. I don't need to talk about that one. Sanking, he loves to poke, he loves to play around the fight, you know, he loves to finally commit. And if you get a good bushwhack, then he's just going to be able to jump in, AoE stun, AoE stinger, throw in an MP center, because why not? And all of a sudden, you've got huge issues for the side of MOUZ. So, yeah, the two active cores are like super, hyper, giga-enabled by the supports on the side of Tundra, which I love. Just so many stuns. Like, if you don't have BKB on all three of these cores by like 20 minutes on MOUZ, then you're going to have a bad time.
It's always the balance, right, of BKBs. You can either buy them too early, and then you survive the fights, but when it gets to the late game deciding moments, you don't have the seconds in play for them to feel effective. And if you buy them too late, then sure, you might just lose out some of the mid-game engagements. And we will see as we draw circles in the mid lane. Oh, I can draw again.
That is me showing the lovely necrotic webs, which is going to reduce Keeper of the Light's healing by 15%. Now you have no excuse to lose mid, Thompson.
He's been very annoying.
So what does the
dragging
Brood
away
look like
behind
in
tower?
lane? Okay, we watching mid?
We're looking at mid, yeah, mate. Yeah, mid's way more important. Like the way he's playing mid is very cool. Like he's dragged the mid wave, prevented the Coddle from being able to hit the range creep for free, use Illuminate. Like all of Coddle's laning is just, everyone knows exactly what to do now. It's like 2-hit range creep, kill a couple melees, then you wave, get the Illuminate kill. The Thompson like dragging the wave under the tower early on, you get the early advantage, and that just prevents Supreme feeling comfortable. And then, what was your question about Broodmother?
How does this hero lane these days? Because obviously, you know, the long gone are the days of spawn spiderlings early on in the game. So as a carry, which is just pretty traditional at this point.
Yeah, you play on going for early farm, early denies. Don't try and overplay your hand, and when you do get level 6, you can be very efficient in what you farm, but the entire purpose of Brood is don't feed away kills. Also, you're not meant to get kills. Yeah. Farm.
Just farm.
Already we are seeing some camp stacked, as Brood has stacked the camp for the small. The Brood stacked the own pool camp, by the way. That's very important. Whilst Phoenix was pressuring up the wave, Brood was stacking the small camp, so they're working together. That is harmony in the safe lane.
Yeah. It makes sense. The Brood is fast, you know, she can get straight to the camp without having to go around the trees, so yeah, it's a pretty cute play from Pure, and well, Force has come very far forward to try and interrupt this one, and he's got to be a little bit careful, although with Pop in the Scorched Earth and the Chain Lightning, he's gonna be alright. Z? Getting cooked up by Whitemon. Got to be a little bit careful there. Narman now being chased down as well. He's got a lift and he's got to use it well here, but Pure, he knows that. Not going to go super deep for this kill. Doesn't want to relay a web either, so just going to play back.
I'm kind of surprised Whiteman didn't dive in. He had the Icarus dive. He had a Fairy Fire. It would have been like a clutch 2-on moment, but Force didn't have a wand or a Fairy Fire himself. I guess Whiteman showing that he would rather keep the Doom on low resources, potentially not feed away a kill, and keep the lane in his favor. So showing a lot of discipline there, not to go for the kill. I think some players would have rushed towards that, but the domino effect maybe of giving Doom a kill as he's dying, come back to lane full HP, it could have been too much. So cool to see in the mind of Whiteman for a second there.
Top side, meanwhile, we've got, of course, the Ulnit Witch Doctor Bengen lane playing up here. And, you know, if you've seen any MOUZ games, you've probably seen this plenty of times as Ramsey's getting very, very low to start things off. Force back with the spear. And that is going to keep Olnet off him for now. Did just about have another rocket barrage available. And with that afterburner, I would have been surprised if Olnet tried to go for that kill, but Ramsey's will be all right. What's 9 class doing? What adventure is 9 class going on? Just bounty?
Yeah.
Yep.
Going for a little, you know, jungle expedition, that's about it.
Bottom side, it's a lot of damage onto the Phoenix. Whitemon not quite going to fall to that though, and Pure should just be able to run down Force, and that'll be the first blood going to the Broodmother. So close to getting first blood onto that Phoenix, but not quite enough in the tank, as Pure instead is the one who gets the kill. And Whitemon gets away, and look at Narman even now trying to snipe up the kill with a Fade Bolt, but can't quite close the gap. Desperate to try and grab that one.
You just need to be so careful against Brood. If you commit onto a Brood lane, going for the kill, but then don't get it, Brood, of course, with the insatiable hunger, with the move slow from the incapacitating bite, will be able to, you know, run you down. And that's where MOUZ, like, they kind of offer up the free engagement for Tundra to take. You know, in a static lane where Rubik spams Fade Bolt, Doom spams Scorched Earth, then yeah, Brood's not really going to be in a fighting position, but yeah. Overplaying their hand just a little bit there, and you can see from the CS, all 3 Tundra cores are very happy with the start of this game.
No, absolutely. They're having a great start. Not horrifically far behind on MOUZ, but definitely enough to be pretty scared and needing to maybe make some changes. I don't really know what you can do. Olnet, in fact, having one of the worst lanes out of all of the MOUZ heroes right now. Surprisingly, really.
The lane's just always been pushed up into the MOUZ's face, so you naturally just need to kind of second guess what you can farm in. It is a product of Gyrocopter flapping down the wave. Yeah, going on to Ramsey's a little bit top lane. Whilst also killing Puddle mid.
Yeah, does die. Bengen hits level 4, gets the Maledict, but it's too late to really get the kill here. I think Ramsey's going to be absolutely fine. He's even got a 10 stick if he really needs it. Bengen just unfortunately a little late to hit the level 4 for the Maledict and actually went for a point in Voodoo Restoration, which he may now be regretting. Are you surprised to see a point in Voodoo Restoration in this game?
I mean, he's using the Headhunter facet, so it does heal his carry, and I think we're kind of numb to what Witchdoctor can do because we're so used to the heal not healing allies due to the facet. But yeah, I think a casual point early on is perfectly fine.
Dire are scanning.
So your lane becomes a lane when Gyrocopter's like what, higher level. You could argue that the logic of it is if Olnet is going for this 3-1-1 build with 3 points in barrage, then maybe Bengen could have mirrored that with only going for Maledict and stun to only find kills and fight. But yeah, decisions were made, and Tundra just winning on all 3 lanes, it feels like. Supreme is trying to make his first move though. He has level 6, he has Solar Bind, he wants to get a kill, but there's no one here. He's just walked to an off lane where the Brood's, you know, farming deep behind the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, hard kill for them to get as well without any real like lockdown. That does feel like a kill which is unlikely to happen. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but Solar Bind, not the strongest slow. Pretty damn strong. Not sure. Thompson's just kind of shoving this wave in. So hard at mid. The tower's already down to below half HP for Supreme. And, once again, moving on to the Costle, and everybody coming in for the side of Tundra to get a piece of this meat. Supreme goes down, and the middle tower comes up for grabs for the side of Tundra with the next wave. MOUZ, is there anything you want to do about this? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to react? I don't think so. They just don't really have the heroes to do it.
I don't think they can do much, honestly. It's, you know, Coddle was picked to be the do-everything hero, right? Doom farms, Gyro farms, Rubik Witchdoctor, they need, you know, levels to be good, and in the first 11 minutes of the game, levels often aren't your friend unless you're making moves, and they can't make moves. Tundra read the book perfectly. They've shut down the Coddle. They don't give away any early kills to his early rotations, and this 3k lead easily could become, you know, so much more. Thompson with the haste rune bottled, soon to be Blink Dagger. I expect the aggression to ramp up even more.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Of course, there is going to be a little bit of a a rest point for Tundra as Broodmother wants to scale to Orchid and MOUZ to buy a lot of cheap stat items, but yeah, it just feels inevitable that Tundra are going to take even more fights than MOUZ in the upcoming minutes. The question, I guess, will be who will Thompson want to go for? He just pops the haste rune. If he does kill Narman here, that will be the Blink Dagger.
Yep, seems like that's going to be the play. Jeez, stinger damage is absolutely no joke. I'll take down Narman with ease. 4-0-4-0 is a build for Thompson. This is the common tanking mid build. People just don't like taking Epicenter. It's a pretty bad spell compared to what you can do with 4 in Stinger and 4 in Burrow Strike.
Yeah, just reduce your cooldown so you have more uptime on Burrow Strike and Stinger. And I mean, we also saw that happen middle. We saw Bengen. He showed himself bottom for a second under a Tundra ward and instantly just had an army of spiders put him to half HP and now own it. Yeah.
What are we watching?
It's not
like
often...
What is this?
It feels bad to say, but like if we in the preemptive part of a series can outline MOUZ's biggest weaknesses and they come into the series of like arguably the most competitive stage of the tournament, right? The group stage, the high volume amount of teams, and they're still doing the same thing, the same play. It's like, yeah.
Dire's top tower is
With their
under
current
attack.
playstyle, they do look to be hard stuck a 16 to 14 type team.
Are fortified.
I'll happily say it,
Dire's
but
top tower
we're gonna see if they can make the bounce back. They are down 5 kills, 6,000 gold, only having farmed to their game plan as pure.
Yeah.
We'll have the orchid complete.
I don't know. I want to, before making that claim, I want to see them play. They just can't play into this game because their draft is just so a big old nothing burger. And that's certainly come into play into effect. We said that if Supreme can do it all, then they have a game. If they don't, then I just don't know what happens. And that does seem to be the case. It's immediately the moment Narman shows, the moment he shows, they jump in. But maybe they catch down the Brood. They've got the Doom and the Maledict out on to Pure. But meanwhile, Bengen gets smashed in. They'll turn their attention over towards Force as well. Thompson completely unchecked in this fight and able to rip through everybody. And it's Ramses who used their abuse to get the double kill. Pure does eventually fall. Supreme trying to escape the wrath of Thompson here. But Thompson's not letting him go anywhere. Ulnet and Supreme kind of need to turn around here if they are trying to get away, because I don't see how they actually escape from these guys, and they seem to have made the same call. Ulnet trying to play in and out and all about, but then comes the Burrow Strike, then comes a Spear. Rebuke to finish the job. Ulnet is gone, and Supreme trying desperately to get themselves one more return kill, but Ramses might just be able to escape this one. They've got nothing left in the tank. Thompson's here as well. Another Burrow Strike, another Stinger, another Epicenter coming on down. That doesn't even need it. Right clicks are going to be there. Supreme is dead. Narman trying desperately to pick off that kill onto the MOUZ, but just not going to happen. Sharpshooter does miss, as does the Epicenter, as does the Burrow Strike. It just catches on the very end there, and there's the Stinger coming through to give Thompson the double kill. Not just a team wipe, but then, oh, and Bengen's got as well. Okay, I mean, this is just absolutely gnarly. Jesus. Arcane Rune tanking, baby.
He gets the Arcane Rune, they keep going. You could argue at the start of the fight there was a little bit of miscommunication for Tundra because they try to kill the Coddle whilst also the Gyrocopter was, going into Tundra as well. But after that, then, thank God we have a replay. So yeah, it all starts. So you kill off the Rubik, and I think this is where Tundra, they understand how strong they are, of course. Like, all of their items lean in for aggression. The Doom comes into play. It does kill off the Boomer eventually because Supreme's able to get a little bit more damage, but I think Tundra, they just have so much confidence in knowing if we're together, we have so much chase down potential. There's so much stun. And of course, Thompson is leading the charge as we come back from the highlights.
7 kills in that engagement, by the way, and look at this. It doesn't stop. The 7 kill engagement, Thompson is taking a lot of damage, like you can't underestimate Supreme. He can take heroes down, and Ramses is going to be the one suffering from this, as well as just the AoE magic from the cooldown, from the Illuminates coming on through as well. They'll take down one. They almost get Thompson as well. Luckily, he gets himself out at the last second, but that was a little too deep from Tundra, and they do suffer for it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're getting not carried away, but they're getting very excited to keep hunting for that
a
next
little
kill.
cocky,
Right?
you can say it.
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes in deep behind tier 2s, but I think cockiness would be the word if it was like 1 or 2 heroes making the play. The fact that all 5 are going, it's more like just the team belief in their strength, right? And it's just like, we can keep killing them. I think they're playing with the logic of we will break our opponents, and honestly, they can. Like they're like
just
one
funny
spell
watching
away from
Force
that
just
fight being
like,
much better.
Can I get a load of creeps maybe? And then just sees like 20 spiders running at him. Does it? Nope. Okay, blink away. I guess not.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I won't go near that. Now we get a little bit of a rest point in the game. We get to breathe. We get to think about what's happening, and this is the time that MOUZ need to utilize the most. And when we look at Gyrocopter, it's also often why we don't see this hero too much nowadays. The items he has, and the items he needs to go for, like another 15 minutes of farm.
Yeah, he did go for the Chrysalis first, just to make sure he's got like a bit of tempo to play with. Of course, pretty common on Gyrocopter. Sometimes we see those drums coming out, but not today. They want to make a play with Doom. They want to make a... I just feel like they need Supreme. I feel like without Supreme, then the hero they Doom just runs away. Let's see if I'm correct.
9-class, great positioning
love
here.
to be wrong.
Holding the low
Yeah,
ground.
he's
Yep.
being super annoying, but they will find him. Doom available. Do they want to throw it down? No, they do not. In fact, there comes Topson with the epicenter from the sidelines, and they're going to be able to easily take down Force. But Topson, he's taking a lot of damage, but he's got a BKB, and now the arena comes 3 onto 3 of them. The supernovas on top of them as well. Oh, dearie me, MOUZ. They took a step too far forwards, and they will be picked off one by one. 4 heroes down on the side of MOUZ for that one. They didn't get their prey at all. Topson goes scuttling away. Jesus, what an arena from Ramses.
One misstep from MOUZ, and the team fight potential from Tundra is insane. You got epicenters, burrow strikes, you got arenas, even the bushback. But for 9-class, instantly, it was a little bit optimistic, I think, for MOUZ to run Force into that tree line. You never try and find a hoodwink inside the trees. The ability to reposition is too strong. And on top of that, you then throw everything onto Topson, who then has the BKB bottle charge as well to then prevent any death from Maledict. And you know, if MOUZ are smoking like that, they need to smoke into instant doom, get a kill, retreat. They don't find the instant kill, they sit around, they linger, which buys time for Tundra to really just make sure they're ready for that. And it was just an uncomfortable go from MOUZ. They could feel the desperation of the game, the need to get a kill, and in the end, it was their own undoing.
8 minutes faster than patch average on this BKB, by the way. I mean, you're comparing a mid laner to an off laner, but still ridiculous.
Yeah, it's good to see Topson just identify a problem and instantly buy the item, right? Like, it's not a mid sanking where he's like, okay, I'm going to buy my blink and then I'm going to have fun and buy like a veil. Or like, he's not going to try and go down like some, I can do 1,000 damage with this spell combo build, right? It's just, I am going to play a blink BKB initiator. Oh, Mars has been doomed.
Yeah, a little bit, but Topson comes jumping through with a 2-man burrow strike. They knew he was there, by the way, but it looks like they're just going to give away the kill regardless, trying to heal up Ramses, and Ramses is going to live through it with the Sun Ray. Oh no, they don't get the target. And once again, Topson goes scuttling away on minimal HP. This time, he is going to die to the Maledict. We're all looking for another target here, trying to run down the Whitemon, but Whitemon playing around the arena's edge, and now Pure comes in and finishes the job. Gyrocopter is dead. Another 3 lying on the floor, dead on the side of MOUZ, as Tundra just continue playing with them at this point.
But look at the fight recap. 102 gold attained for Gyrocopter, 975 for Witch Doctor. As much as it's good that you killed the Sand King, the kill had to go the way of a core. With the Maledict on the Sand King, that was too much for Topson to heal through. And again, great that they finally killed him. It shows a little bit of life, especially with how poor of initiation it was for MOUZ. But they just wish after the fact, like, maybe it could have gone to Owner. Maybe we could have tried to help out a bit there. I actually think he died to the hill, maybe, from Bengen. But oh no, of course he doesn't. He's not got that facet. It was Maledict.
Nope.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in that case, yeah.
At the very end there.
Positive, killed him. Negative, wrong hero got the gold.
Yeah, and then it's a whole streak going to someone else as well, which obviously doesn't have any more, so if he dies again, it's not going to matter as much. Nothing going MOUZ's way right now. 20-4 is the scoreline.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ramsey's BKB on the cusp of getting that force. Not 1,000 miles away from his own BKB, but you know, you compare what a Mars can do with a BKB versus what a Doom can do with a BKB, and it's a very different story. He might even be found here. Thompson pings it out, blink in, stun out. Here comes the rest of the cavalry. The two supports just comboing up with Thompson beautifully. It looks so simple. Mega kill now for 9 class on this Hoodwink. Atos already out. Oh, and Arena coming down to the gyrocopter. Where's your BKB? Not quite here yet. Ulnet is just gonna fall. Jump in from Thompson with the supernova coming out over the top as well, and Ulnet is gone. That may have been the kill that extinguishes the hope for MOUZ.
Yeah, Gyrocopter needs to try and evade all aggression, which is near impossible. Like against Bruno though, with the spider scouting out, with the Hoodwink from the tree line, the Sanking or Mars at any minute blinking on top of you, like it'd be great for you to find an item, but it's just, yeah. You need to push away and retreat back to the fog. Yeah. What did Narman do?
Yeah, Narman actually stole the spawn spiderlings, and it took the middle tower just with his own spiders, which is kind of funny.
It's a small thing. It's like, look at Bengen's quick buy. The Witch Doctor, he buys one supporting item with Glimmer. It's like, you know what, boys? This game's kind of bad. I'll carry. I'll get my Aghanims. They probably do something like that, to be fair.
You know, Gree.
No, I don't.
500 gold.
No. I'm not opposed to it. It's more like, I just want to see MOUZ make one move on their own terms, right? Like, we're yet to see them make that clean blink, doom, plus damage, get kill. This is our fight. And they are smoked up as 4. They need to try and do that. But whilst they're smoked away, Tundra are still positioned to try and pick off Gyrocopter. And ooh. If 9 class didn't push that wave, he probably would have found him.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, you can see Ulnet's now realizing that there's nobody in the area and that they're probably looking at him, but he's at the point in the game where, you know, if he doesn't go for these waves, then, you know, you may as well just be sitting in the jungle and giving up. You need to expedite your farm some way, somehow. Taking risks is just part of that. And Tundra, they're all showing in the bottom side anyway, shoving down this bottom tier 2, and will likely be getting them Tormented to go with it. Oh yeah. Tormented going down quick.
They're TBing back.
Now,
one to the outpost, one to the tier 2. They want to fight here. They want to try and find anyone. We're split pushing.
Spiders,
be
they're
careful.
doing it. No, Ramsey. Push extinguished. Dreams dead.
The only way MOUZ can push is by stealing Tundra technology. This is quite the state we're in.
We have a cold war on our hands. A war of information. But not really. Tundra doing a pretty good job of just killing everybody they see. Nothing cold about it. They are warm and ready to go. I think we'll just steal wave mid.
Oh, Bengen.
Uh-oh. Bye-bye, Bengen. He's been found. Sharpshooter's in. And Thompson will be getting this kill. 9 class graciously leaves him one. And a pause and a whole bunch of ult chat. Seems like we've just got another quick reconnect as we had before. All right, where are we at on Gyrocopter? We've got the Ags, okay, we're closing down the gap onto BKB. That's the thing about this hero, though, is like, Ags BKB is like, nice, but it's still not where you need to be. When you get the Daedalus, I think that's when you feel like the boss.
But then when you have Daedalus, you want a Satanic. And then when you have Satanic, you want like a Rapier. Pure standing up. That's an unconventional tactic.
Yeah, he wants to see over that wall. I wonder if his hands are, I guess, sweaty from the game. I guess it's pretty warm out there.
For playing Brood, yeah, makes sense, yeah.
True. A lot of hand motion.
Or maybe the spiderlings have gone through the monitor onto him and he's just shaking them off. Oh, God, get off me.
Yeah, maybe he's an arachnophobe and it's like the whole time he's playing Brood, he's like, I hate this, please stop. Why do you make me pick this hero? That certainly
The
makes
things you do to win tournaments.
Many people's hands sweaty, yeah. Anything for that dub. Slight throwbacks to Topson playing in TI9, the second TI win. Very, very aggressive, some unorthodox picks and just owning every lane. Still we're only in game one. Obviously, I'm extrapolating a lot from just one win against a pretty underwhelming team, at least so far in this tournament. But still, excited to see what more Topson can pull out. Manta finished on Pure. Going to be very nice to play up against the Kotal. Previously, you can't really just go in on the Brood and just peck away at someone under the cover of Insatiable Hunger. But now, that will no longer be an issue. Top tower gained. MOUZ, they've taken their second tower of the game. Is it going to cost them? Yes, it is. There's a BKB on Supreme though, so never mind. No, it's not. See you later, buddy. Ramses and Pure setting up a trap down to the bottom side, but likely nobody going to show here. So Narman, oh, he just about gets caught out there, and Supreme cannot close the gap. Cannot see his teammate getting hammered down, unfortunately.
And Bengen, he's cooking. He's queued up more. He's queued up the Ags, the Blink, and the BKB. Like, he knows one part here, but that doesn't matter. Tundra, they're diving, they're killing. Yeah, this is not much to say. And man, Tundra have.
Yeah, his shopping list is very full, but his mum's given him like a shopping list full of like, you know, get us some wine and then get some eggs and some, you know, nice cooking oil and stuff, and then giving you a $5 and. Bengen can't afford all this, but he's going to do his best. Maldic misses, Brood gets away. Barracks will... Oh, okay, they only get the melee barracks, easy.
Unfortunately, the range one doesn't regen. So that will be taken by probably a couple rounds of spiders if Pure is to play in this triangle. So even when Jara gets the BKB, is this not just going to be a repeat of like Blacklist OG game 1? Where it's like they eventually get the BKBs, they run out of base with confidence, either get stunned pre-BKB or BKBs get popped and, you know, Tundra just walk away.
Exactly, that's what it comes down to. If Tundra go in so deep where they actually can't escape the BKB gyro, there's a chance. There is a chance which MOUZ turn this game around, but it relies on Tundra's positioning being so bad that they can't just run away.
I just don't see that happening, but again,
no, I don't.
We'll see. Tundra are smoked up now, which naturally puts you in aggressive positions. It's the start of the potential 1% comeback from MOUZ. Actually, what is the win rate right now? Oh, okay, it is like 98%. Okay.
2% comeback. Thank you very much, T-Governor.
I'm sorry. I guessed and I was 1% off. I'm giving myself a pat on the back, all right?
50% wrong.
Top tower is under attack.
Or something. Uh-oh, they found the big man. They've found the #1 target. BKB, it's not quite here yet. 1,000 gold off, and that one's gonna hurt. Caught on the cusp of BKBage. The gyrocopter does go down, and Tundra immediately getting back. Now looking at Force, looking at Bengen. Who are they going to find? It's a slow crawl back across the map. They won't get much for this, but still, shutting down the gyro once again, slowing down the BKB purchase. It's all part of the plan. And it should also open up for Roshan for Tundra as well here.
Yeah, Tundra just hit that kind of methodical part of the game, which is, you know, get any pick off that you want, keep farming upscale, because you don't want to get carried away and provide this opportunity of, you know, falling victim and, yeah, play together. And the way that Force and Bengen just played together, they occupied the Radiant Triangle, they farmed the triangle together, because they knew at any minute, if they find someone, they should be able to do Maledict get killed, right? And, yeah, Supreme dives bottom, but, yeah, Tundra looking for pick offs, and I rate the way that Bengen and Force have played, but also I think Ramses has pinged out the positioning of Doom Witch Doctor. So Tundra just are aware that these two heroes are AFK jungling together. But like their plan is, they've been here for like a minute or two. They just stayed here. They were just waiting, and yeah, Tundra, they read them perfectly. Now they're grouped up. What big items do they have in play here? No BKB on Gyrocopter. They have a BKB on Doom. They have a BKB on Kotal. The upcoming items from MOUZ at least will have Aghanims on Keeper of Light for the Will-O-Wisp. That's some soft control in the fight.
Only desperately needs to get out and get his BKB though. He needs it, and he's just been scanned.
He's been scanned. Yeah.
Don't go for these ancients. Don't do it. We'll get the wisdom rune at the very least. Maybe that's what they're scanning for. They weren't scanning for the Jara, they were scanning for the wisdom. I see. Well, this is the hardest, like, 500 gold he's ever had to get. And look at the heroes, look at the dots, look at the mini-map. They're just coming down. They seem to know exactly where he is because he just went under a ward deep in the lane. How could he know? Going for the TP out. Spear is going to land, though, of course. And now the Gyrocopter will die once again. The hardest 500 gold he's ever had to try and get. As down in the middle lane, Bengen falls as well. He wants to close the gap between him and his Aghanim Scepter, but that's not happening either. And now, middle lane starting to fall. Pure, all by himself, can just step up onto this high ground and start to go to town on these barracks. And look at Supreme! He's just dead! BKB was available, didn't get a chance to get it off. Force trying to come in and bring down the Phoenix, but he's just going to get ripped apart by spiders and crabs. And there's the GG coming out. 29 minutes into this game. Tundra looking absolutely crispy.
Yeah, this was... there's not much to say, no man. Tundra looked incredibly strong, and it all boiled down, I feel like, to this mid lane, right? Like the way that Thompson with confidence...
Both teams heading out onto the map. We shall see if either is able to draw first blood upon the other. Wait a minute. What the hell's happening
there
here?
We go.
Huh? Where's Nine Class? What the... This... Huh?
Sure, no, we knew it could be a support Nomad. What's this reaction for?
You did say it. You did. I didn't believe you is the thing. I didn't want to say it to your face, but I thought, man, T-Governors, he's talking a load of rubbish. He's lost his mind. He's been chopping too many logs.
What's the real thing that's cooking? It's Thompson going mid. 11 or so pubs played on Thompson mid Rubik, and that is... Yeah, this makes the draft a little bit more spicy for me. You know, now we got some... Like, actually, when you look at MOUZ's lineup, every single hero for MOUZ, there's a good spell to steal, right? Even a Raze is pretty good. Rec Room is very good. Whatever you steal from Venge is going to be good. Avalanche from Tiny is very good. Willow Bramble Maze very like. If Thompson can get into the groove of this game, some solid frontline, then yeah, this is going to be a banging Rubik game. But, yeah, of course the strength morphling. If you haven't seen it, it is very much about spamming stuns and doing a lot of work before. And let me just double check the 9 class pub morphling just to ensure I am up to date on what he's doing at least. Okay. He's varied his build, which I kind of expected. He's done some Phylactery, some Vessel, sometimes he went Yules. But yeah, the key thing is just to constantly play around your stun and be very, very annoying. With the reduced cooldown.
That stun is very annoying. You do a decent amount of damage at some point into the game, but very, very slowly. The attack speed is atrocious. So, in terms of trading, it's a bit weird.
And now let me double check the Thompson mid Rubik build. Make sure he's not done anything too spicy that we're not aware of.
Just Phylactery, Ags, maybe a blink in there somewhere.
No, he's done.
Ramses might be getting first blood. Yep, Bengen's there to make sure. Gets him with the dispose. And it will be Supreme getting first blood on the Tiny. Exactly what you want to be seeing if you're MOUZ here. Get Supreme off to a good start, and he can be your boy. He can be the guy controlling up your game.
Yeah, so just to warn you, Thompson's done 2 types of builds in his pubs. He's done the Boots of Travel into Aghanims and Spellcaster Rubik. And then he's done the Treads, Maelstrom, Gleipnir, Moonshard, Hurricane Pike option of Rubik as well.
What's that?
So he's done, yeah. He's gone all right click. Yes. All right click build or spellcaster build. We'll see where he goes in this game. we won't try and analyze either until we actually just see him buy the items. Will save us a lot of sanity. But
Yep.
there is a world where he tries to go right click.
I'm very much here for it if we do. I'm guessing that's due to the innate now, right? Like each 1% spell amplification also increases Rubik's attack damage by 1% and magic resistance as well, so you get a bit of everything. Ouch, Bengen taking heavy hits here from 9 class and Ramses. 64 damage on this Morphling ain't no joke. So what would you compare this Morphling support to? What hero is it most similar to so that people can get an idea on how it functions as a support?
What hero has low cooldown repositioning tool with a stun and the ability? No, it's in its own field. Actually, it's like near impossible to compare it to someone else. Like you have a super low cooldown stun
answer.
with the ability to shift your own regen, so you're never really in a spot of bother. And if you see a good hero on the enemy team, you just become that hero to take over. So I guess it's kind of like a Rubik, but if Rubik had a movement spell, I guess is the answer.
So far so good in the middle lane for Thompson. 12 CS. Against one more, then that's going to be pretty much every creep. Having missed 2. 9 class. Got to be a little bit careful there. The Shadow Razor's starting to stack up just a little bit. Only just trying to see if he can catch him out with the long range Shadow Razor at the end there, but didn't quite find the opportunity. Yeah, Tundra, they're not going to be trying to win this top lane, really. They're just going to be trying to survive it. You don't want to feed away kills to Marcy and Shadow Fiend. If you get overconfident, you will be punished.
Yeah, it's just so funny when I look at Morphling. He has, of course, we've seen core Morphling so much, right? But
Bottom
DK
side
is getting pressured just a little bit.
Yeah, he's good.
They use like 2-3 spells in 9 class top, right? He then walks back to tier 2, shifts all the way down to 1 agi, or 1 strength, sorry. Shifts all the way back up and he's back to 1200 HP. That's also the strength of this hero. Yeah.
Completely shut out of the middle lane at this point. It's watching Thompson last it and unable to do really anything about it. Waiting for that tango regen to kick in. Thompson completely uncontested CS. And even using the fortification to just make sure that Supreme can't get any off this. Lift up is available for the Rubik, but there's no reason for him to go diving here. He's putting so much pressure on Supreme. In 1 second, Fade Bolt will be available and Supreme can no longer come near the wave. Oh, there you go.
What do you get tonight? Oh, he gets to die on the flag barrier too.
Oh, does just about get both the range creep, but you don't want to see it becoming that close when you're using a level 2 toss with crash landing to try and secure range creeps. Gonna go up
And
now,
again,
just try
game
and grab.
2. Look at the CS though. Like all 3 Tundra cores are pulling out ahead in lanes, and even though MOUZ have slightly more
Massively this
aggressive
game.
lanes, they're not even able to. They're taking the aggression, but not translating that into additional CS. And they're pressuring just a little bit, but you know, props to the offlane of Tundra. They've utilized their regen perfectly. They've brought out salves on Ramses to make sure he can lane. 9 classes tanked some key spells and shifted back from agi to strength to ensure he's always got HP available. And of course, we've seen Thompson 26 for 6 to the 14 and 2. They are just outlaning MOUZ. It's very simple in all 3 lanes.
Supreme trying desperately to pick up a bit of CS here, but Thompson's just denying everything. You're not going to have a Tiny in this game. And let's not forget, this isn't just a Tiny. This is a first blood Tiny. He had a great start to the game and still completely shut out. Like, is this how this matchup's meant to go? I don't know. Or is Thompson just putting on a masterclass?
I mean, Fade Bolt against melee hero can always be pretty annoying. And I think either mid lane, I'd argue Rubik actually probably should do pretty well in that matchup.
Fair enough. Yeah, this game too is looking messy. I mean, they're not doing awfully on the Shadow Fiend. Rubik, sorry, Vengeful as well. Getting a little bit. It's coming down, but Yeah, every single lane looking really good for Tundra, and we saw what they can do last game with these sort of kill instinct heroes, and that's exactly what they have this game. I feel like even if MOUZ came out better in the lanes, I would still be worried about like what Tundra can do in the early mid game. The fact that they're behind, you know, it's got me shaken a bit.
Yeah, look at the stats from mid lane. We already knew it was so one-sided. I don't think production needed to really hammer it home, guys. All right.
My favorite part about that is they have a stat for the time at which they hit level 6, and Supremes was still counting down since they try to fight for the rune here. Bengen's able to steal it at the very least, but Thompson, he's now got himself Avalanche. Probably not. He probably wants toss, but whatever.
He's still at the crossroads for Thompson. He's had a completely free lane. Okay, he's going boots of travel, so I'm guessing he's going to go for the boots of travel act build that he's been doing in his pubs. Bot lane, force.
Oh, he's getting very low indeed, and the right click will land, or at least the Fire Spirit will, and puts an end to the Vengeful Spirit. Too much damage, too much aggression coming out from the CK and the Phoenix, shutting down the Venge. Bengen and Olnit looking to be aggressive on top. 9 class, look, they're just running into the two of them. Look at this guy. Look at this Morphling, man. He's just right on top of Bengen. Bengen doesn't know what to do. I've got a puddle chasing me. I'm getting all wet. Thompson coming in from the sidelines as well, looking to help out. Got to be a little bit careful here, though. Olnet's getting the raises off right now. He needs to spot the wand, and the Healing Lotus will be able to do that. Thompson is in some trouble and will be going down. Olnet gets the kill, and now they're looking for more. Ramsey's going to be the next target. Bengen needs to be a little bit careful as the Morphling runs through him. Spear does connect onto Supreme and throws him back, saves Mars's life, and Bengen will be the one to fall. 9 class again, just plenty healthy through all of this and just getting off clicks and stuns and waveforms and causing issues here. But ultimately, Thompson did rotate top and die to Olnit, which is a pretty nice break for the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, I think, you know, Thompson rotated expecting his Morphling maybe to be level 4, because when 9 class waveformed in and had no points in adaptive strike because it was level 3, all the Morphling was doing was just kind of standing around. Or it was like, hi, and then eventually got adaptive. So, yeah, a little bit of a excitable move there from Tundra that did get punished, and they're trying to kill off Pure as well. He has TP, so if he can make the great... No. But maybe he could have.
Maybe.
I still...
If he juked 3 heroes in the trees. Top side, they get the arena down onto Olnit, and he is gone. That is a dead Shadow Fiend up on the top side. Level 6 comes on Ramsey, the enemy carry dies. It's a Taylor's Orders time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
A classic tale. This Thompson running around with his Invis rune, unable to find a whole lot. Chillin', boost travel gonna be up very soon. No concerns for this Rubik at all.
Yeah, his one death top was kind of not having enough resources. I think the next time the fight comes around, of course, 9 class is soon to be level 6. Mars will have arena as well. Thompson keeps trying to steal toss, but
please give me
only
toss.
getting avalanche now. 3 steals in a row, just yet to connect and get the steal he wants.
Honestly, credit to Supreme for that. Like, if he gives away toss, it's a bad time. So you get the facets. You've got like a ridiculous damage toss coming through as Bengen starts to fight up here in the top lane. The CK's come in for this one, but it's a nice fear from the side runs from Olnit, allowing them to scoop up Ramses. They're looking for the Morphling as well, but they're not going to be finding it as Thompson comes in from the side, brings down Bengen, steals a raise as well. It's not the most effective spell, but it'll do.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Olnit continuing to use his hero well, be aggressive. Finding the few kills that they've been able to get. Most of them have come from Olnit and Bengen playing together as we expected. Some stacks to farm up as well, so Shadow Fiend will be a factor in this game. Supreme, Force, maybe less so. Need to find a way in.
Yeah, and Olnit, he went for the... Ooh, nice lift to prevent the jump from Bengen.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Olnit went for the Shadow Maya facet as well, just to keep note of, not the one Tomato went for earlier. Supreme gets the regen, and yeah, got it. It's been relatively quiet. We haven't really spoken about the Venge too much, but it kind of feels like MOUZ's entire game is built on can Force get an Aghanims quick enough. Like if this Aghanims comes in around 15-16 minutes, I think there's a lot of signs of life MOUZ can lean on, but if he gets delayed in any capacity, if this Venge gets dragged into fights, and sitting at 3,700 net worth, it's not looking too good.
Nope. And what does an unfarmed Venge do? Pretty much the same as a support Venge. You want to be saving
Correct,
with Nether Swap, and that's about it. But what you're lacking is any sort of initiation, any sort of control, any sort of damage. You don't really do it on an underfarmed Venge. It's somewhat unfortunate. I'm surprised that Thompson's held this Shadow Rays for such a long time, but I guess it's just one of those nice farming abilities. Fade Bolt plus Shadow Rays is likely going to be an entire wave dead. Helps you jungle.
Also, to steal a new spell, he'd have to, you know, get into a position of seeing an enemy, and he's currently kind of playing off map at the moment. Let's help Tundra react accordingly. They are trying to take top tower. Kind of feels like Tundra are wanting to make more moves, and yeah, they do. They hit the arena top and get a freebie. One Bengen kill for the road.
Yeah, Olnit now sees the arena's been used though, and is just going to kind of show a bit of confidence here. Not too
Tiny
much,
has
but
Blink Dagger though.
just trying to clear away.
Here it is.
All right. Okay, do we do anything with it?
You see the reaction more. It's like, all right.
All right, man, we get to play the game. I mean,
Shut up,
just after
peeking
last
me.
game, we
Alright.
just didn't see anything coming out from MOUZ. This game. Oh, and an arcane. Okay, all right. MOUZ, this is your chance. This is all you. What can they do? Thompson, Whitemon, they've all been seen. Supreme jumps at backlines, immediately taken down Whitemon, but they've lost Narman in response, and, well, 9 class just stealing them of the tiny form and just throwing them around. Thompson fighting up into the two of them. Everybody's tossed in the air. What am I watching right now? 3 tosses in a row. You thought Crash Landing was OP? Well, yeah, these guys think so too. 3 of them are using it. Thompson does die though. Good fight for Supreme as on the top side. Ramsey's just forcing Olnit back.
Yeah, Wyman just didn't get his egg off. If he was able to get egg off, then completely different fight. But yeah, Supreme, he gets the arcane rune.
Nice.
His supports get jumped, but he then is able to, you know, open up that fight, continue the fight to top. And we keep saying that Supreme is the player for this team, and look at that patience. He waits for a second, sees what he needs to go on. The Crash Landing then kills off the Phoenix instantly. And at this point, there just isn't enough resources or mana on the heroes to kind of, or even life, to get much of a fight going. You said Rubik had all his spells on cooldown, and Morphling didn't have enough mana for waveform.
It's just juggling heroes at this point. Everybody's up in the air. It's a great time. What a ridiculous replay. Thank you, SDC.
Don't say juggling and stuff, because people think about Ringmaster and they'll start.
No, they'll get sad
Ringmaster.
again.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe we get the facet balance patch in Ringmaster before TI. I'm copying.
I mean, as long as it's in 2024, I'm happy. That's when it said it was be released. You know?
Yep, Supreme getting jumped. This time may not be surviving. A Terrorize gets thrown out. Not really a whole lot to go with it, although my god, the Cursed Crown plus the Bramble Maze is absolutely stopping Tundra in their tracks, but they've got a stolen toss, and they will toss Ramses in. Thompson unfortunately grabbed tree throw once again, so he's frustratedly throw his tree away.
It's so filthy, actually, when you have Rubik and Morphling in the same team. Because at any minute, if one hero has a good spell, you're going to have 2 of it. It's like, how does Tiny play this game when he gives away Avalanche or Toss? Because then, like, I know we already memed the Toss thing, but like when you think about any other spell, like imagine if Tundra had 2 Bramble Mazes, or 2 Magic Missiles, 2 Avalanches. It is going to be a lot for MOUZ to have to handle in these earlier fights. And 9 class, he's trying to get straight for the Octarine. He's trying to get as much cooldown reduction as possible into the mix. Of course, hasn't had a game at all. Level 9, bottom of the chords in net worth, and
Swap back. Olnit's here to try and deal a bit of damage, but I'm not sure he's got enough to offer. The sun is down. Supernova's going to come crashing down, and they kind of just let themselves get stunned by it. Yeah, but they're trying to open up for Supreme here, who does bring down Whitemon on the respawn. Supreme, though, getting jumped as 9 class jumps in with the toss back over towards Supreme. Lift back as well. Olnit is just left, right, and center right now. Once again, Bengen trying to jump in. Olnit, they're trying to combo up with the Requiem, but it's not beautiful. They'll get the kill, but it'll cost him his life. 9 class brings down Olnit regardless. regardless. Ramsey's very low. Bengen will finish the job. Supreme toss up onto the Morph. They'll at least kill off 9 class. It's something. Supreme, he needs a little bit more from this. Thompson would be an amazing target. Forces here with the damage. Thompson is down again. And, well, there's a CK running away on the sidelines here. I don't think they have the speed to catch up with the CK. So, at the very least, Pure will survive through this. But it's some heavy losses here for Tundra as MOUZ are continuing to fight their way back into this game.
You know, Tundra, they're making some big plays to try and get kills, but also at the same time, they are lacking a little bit of the damage, right? Like, it all starts with a Venge kill for then Venge to respawn 30 seconds later to then assist in the final kill. And at this point, it really is just Supreme. Constantly finding the jumps, constantly finding the initiations.
Live.
Yeah, even while live, he's getting more kills. And on the replay, like 9 class jumps in, he's trying to combo up, but it's like Pure, it just hasn't got the strength to do it. Mars then jumps on in at the final second to get a cleanup kill, and no one's answering Supreme. Supreme is uncontested in these fights.
Man, if he didn't cancel that Requiem, then 9 class doesn't get to just waveform him down. The Shadow Fiend lives. Not quite trusting in Supreme to get the toss back, I don't think. Problem is, if you don't combo it up perfectly, the Morphling just lives, and that's exactly what happens.
Radiant are scanning.
9 class, that is a big waveform forward, my goodness. Able to just steal the Dark Willow form, and all of a sudden it's very awkward to get the kill. But Supreme's nearby, should be able to finish the job with a toss, with a combo.
Waveform again.
But 9 class, never mind, back into the Morphling form, and Force is actually dead on the sidelines inside the arena. Oh dear. Nice catch there. On the side cam, as they bring down the Force Venge. Once again, offlaners struggling to get their ag seems to be the story of the day.
Watching support Morphling reminds me how much I just hate Morphling. Like, shifting down to 1 HP to then shift back up to like 1,000, it's like, come on, mate, come on. Where's the skill? Where's the, you meant to earn your HP and mana, this guy just presses a button or two. It's fine though, it's perfectly balanced. Smile.
Keep telling yourself that.
Yep, I am. I'm saying it through gritted teeth, don't worry.
Well, despite all this action and all these kills and all this violence, there's still towers not really falling, and that's partly due to the insane wave clear on both these teams. Morphling, Tiny, Rubik was able to clear through waves pretty easily. Force, he's so close, 500 gold away. He could just stay alive for a little bit longer. He might get his Ags, and then he's never dying.
Oh, they're killing Ramsey.
Jump in, yeah, down on the bottom side. They're going to bring him down with ease, actually. Olnet and Bengen, the combo, the anti-armor plus the unleash. It's way too much for Ramses to handle.
Very, very greedy. His Morphling was showing middle. He's also hitting bottom. It's like Tundra, they know they're in the farming state of their draft. But they're also showing in all the lanes to give, punishment available to MOUZ.
This game has felt sloppy for Tundra, to be clear. Like, they had a really, really strong lead, and they kind of just fought their way out of that lead. Oh, here we go once again. Onto Force. No, he's 180 gold away. And shut down again. Oh my god. I just want to see this Venge hit an item. Just one item. He's running around with Power Treads, Magic Wand, and a bunch of stats. It's not enough. Contributing very, very little. Rubik, meanwhile, has the Ag, so now has Wave of Terror and Avalanche. Next item is going to be the Octarine, so just looking to be the spellcaster Madman.
Oh, they're going for the Twin Gate. They're hoping to catch the CK. He has Phantasm, he has Orchid. There's turnaround potential if they are to go at him, and no, they didn't find him at all.
Circled by White Mon as well, so read pretty well. Full of things, I didn't expect the Octarine rush on the Morphling, I'll be real.
Yeah, it's been when I looked at the support morph builds, it's like they either go for utility to complement the kind of stealing sort of aspect with minus reduction, or they just rush Octarine because then you become just absolutely silly with your strength to agi ratio with cooldown reduction plus the waveforms going around. Then you become a hero like Tiny. It is very very overwhelming, but
low cooldown on 2 rounds of spells, right?
yeah. You just gotta respect your AFK hero basically, because you're just walking around.
Good call from MOUZ here though. Whilst Tundra are going for the 6 split screen, no, or like 2 seconds of it. Whilst they go for the Tormentor, they go for a Roshan on the side of MOUZ, and this does not look like it's been read. So we get to see an Aegis probably on Allnet.
Yeah, really nice move there from MOUZ. You're not down kills, but you're down, net worth, and I don't know how excited they are for the fight. I'm just, how I said it's like a really funny Rubik Morphling combo, right? When you just steal spells of one hero. They're both rushing Octarine.
Yeah.
So Rubik and Morphling are gonna have Octarine, so there's gonna be the better version of a hero. We might be able to see like 6 avalanche tosses in this game, constantly happening for our team fight.
Tundra definitely feeling a little fruity with this one as Allnet dangling himself, daring Tundra to approach him up on this high ground. Aegis in hand, BKB ready. But here we go. Just throw a spear back under the tower, trying to drag Allnet out of position and force the team to take a weird fight. But there's the swap coming through from Force. The save is there, but he's going to be losing his life very, very quickly. Of course, has the Aghanim, so can still kind of help out here, silencing up the clone straight away to make sure there's not another swap in. And MOUZ will just back themselves away. But this does mean that Tundra get to keep their tier 1 tower in the middle lane. Sure, they kill off Force for now. Doesn't really mean a whole lot. Resources still available for MOUZ. They want to make some use of these. Going for the smoke up. Looking for the play. Supreme. He sees a Morphling. I mean, he's so tanky. He's even got a Strength rune as well. So, sorry, the Shield rune as well. So good luck bringing him down. But, well, apparently they didn't need it. They got the damage. He morphs into the Tiny, and all of a sudden, it's not such a hard kill after all.
Relatively swift. They kind of wanted more though, right? Like, this is your age, this is your time to own the map, and your Venge had to sacrifice her life to help own it out, and then you get a morph kill, but it's like, I'd argue it's uncomfortable, but still, MOUZ making okay moves. Tundra are answering relatively well. Pure, he's 1, 1, and 2 in the game. He got the Armlet Orchid timing, opted to do pretty much nothing on the map with it, farmed an entire BKB, top net worth. At some point, Tundra are going to enter the fight, swinging. Maybe they just wait for the Aegis to expire, but
Ramsey's a little
Tundra,
slow in the rebuke there.
They've gone real quiet, but surely they fight now. So many items to bring to the fight.
Narman going to get swapped to safety, at least for the time being, but this might be the Vengeful Spirit just dying again here. Force, not really much help coming his way as the Spew enters from the sidelines. Allnet considers cooking up the Requiem of Souls, will now throw it down, but Ramses is there. Everybody's on the cliff for some reason. Bengen will be falling as Pure's just kind of sitting up here. He's got no way down except for the Reality Rift, which he uses to get himself out and kill off the Shadow Fiend in one blow. Supreme, he needs to be here, and he will be. Jumps in with the throwback, with the toss. They're looking at Thompson. Thompson getting hit pretty damn hard. Allnet's trying to bring him down. The Terrorize doesn't quite land as Pure enters the fight, gets on top of the SF once again and brings him down, and now it's Supreme as well. Supreme will not be escaping as 9 class casually kills him off with a stylish waveform across and gets himself the double kill on Supreme and Narman. 5 heroes all dead on the side of MOUZ. It is Tundra back in the driving seat.
And you're controlling the game as well. They force the Venge to swap again. When the Venges are swapped like that, it opens up the fight for Tundra. They fight on the high ground area. Sure, CK was temporarily cliffed, but we're going to see the replay. This is not how you want to start the fight. Look at the minimap. 4 heroes of Tundra are ready instantly. They zone out the Willow. They force Venge to swap. And then now, once we get to the second round of the fight, MOUZ are kind of desperately throwing in more spells. When the Venge is already dead, Narman's having to disengage. And as for the team that had the Aegis, of course they fell victim to mid lane. They aren't that strong into a BKB CK, into the egg, but still, that just wasn't the optimal fight they were looking for. And yeah, Tundra continue to extend their lead. 12,000 gold now at the 25-minute mark, sorry. That'd be insane if they had 12k at 15 minutes.
Yeah, this game will be a bit over.
Yes.
But
Oh,
yeah,
we have the
they're in a very
Octarine
good
complete on
spot
Morphling. Let's go. Right, give me the stats, boys. 24 minutes faster for Rubik, 1 match. Morphling, what are we saying? First time. Okay.
Okay.
So now this is the benchmark. 25-25.
Oh, Rubik has Requiem, by the way.
Yeah, he used it in the
all
last
scary.
fight. Look how ugly Morphling's inventory looks, by the way. Like, there's not many heroes that can make this item look good. But this inventory is like, it doesn't look bad. It's kind of ugly, but...
He's going to
We'll
get
see the
himself
strength of
some
it.
support items here to fill it up.
Yeah, Dagon and a Refresher. And oh, there's some nice cooldowns.
Really? Infused Raindrop at 26 minutes? Interesting.
Wouldn't be surprised if it just was for the little bit of mana region.
Dire are scanning.
Loads of pings coming out from both teams. I mean, Whitemon is under a ward here. Olnit, he sees him, and they're going to jump him. They're going to try and take him down pre-egg, but they're not going to get a chance to. The arena is there, blocking the right clicks from Olnit. Olnit trying to fit his jump. Can't do so, the Supernova. Bengen is dead. Requiem used to the sideline as well by Topson. Olnit, he's going to try and cock up another one and just blow up this Morphling, which he will be able to do. Pure is in, but I'm not sure he wants to be. He's got to be a little bit careful. That said, Olnit's got to be careful as well. He's used his BKB, so getting jumped here could be bad. Swap is in, but the rest of Tundra come collapsing down onto Olnit, and they will be able to take him down. It's a lot of damage coming back their way, but Supreme, he can't do enough to turn this fight down by himself, especially with Pure still with a BKB available. Finishes off Supreme. It's a triple kill for Pure here, as they will once again take the fight on MOUZ. Venge does get the TP out, stopping it from being a full 5-man team wipe. But either way, these fights, they feel close. They feel maybe closer than they should. But again, Tundra just with the constant spam of spells is just too strong.
It feels like MOUZ always just missing that extra damage source. Like this time around, the Phoenix gets caught. It looks like, okay, cool, you got a free Phoenix kill. But of course, the arena from Ramses and keeping the Phoenix alive, forcing Onit to have to hit the raises. But he just had a short raise that he just could not get close enough to connect on. Then, of course, he just eggs and turns it around. And then we get to see the multiple tosses from the Rubik, the Morphling, and the Tiny coming into play. And yeah, just every single time, MOUZ are just missing a little aspect of their draft, which prevents them from having signs of life in the fight. Now it's 13,000 gold lead. Blink Dagger is on the CK, soon to be Heart. They are scaling so quickly on their cores. And the Phoenix, does he have a full Lotus and a Pipe at 28? Like, I know he had Pipe in the previous fight, but yeah, he's got a full Lotus. So against Venge Swap, against the Cursed Crown, this is going to be very, very useful.
It's super nice to have against Venge if you do want to go high ground at any point. Just being able to shove that onto your carry, let them hit the tower. It's a big, big threat just taken out of the equation.
Dire are scanning.
MOUZ on the hunt. Again, like, I love this compared to last game where, I mean, I love anything compared to last game, but especially the killing instinct they're able to have in this game, where they're constantly able to get out on map, look for kills, play forward, get experience. You know, you don't want to come to an event and then just, you know, draft a gyrocopter, 5 games in a row, be unable to play, never get a chance to really commit to any fights. You want to get your beak wet.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Pure will be looking to play the game when he gets his heart, or maybe even before then, as Tundra position themselves quite aggressively. Again, there's no Roshan in terms of objectives, nothing super pressing, so making a play just not really appealing unless you can catch someone off guard.
And the positioning. One team holds the top jungle, one team holds the bottom jungle. Looking potentially for a fight on it. He doesn't care, he's just running up the high ground. Okay. Tundra, they don't want to fight Roshan. Will be respawning in 34 seconds. So securing that is more beneficial than actually getting the kill. A daytime Roshan. Both team have... Okay, looks like they're roughly set up in the air, but okay, looks like Tundra aren't even thinking about Roshan too much as they have TP to mid and top.
Yeah, which is interesting, because this could just open up MOUZ to force another Rosh. Tundra can't get there in time.
You do have the twin game.
Yeah.
The fact that Tundra aren't even looking to scout Roshan when it is in the respawn window, and they were
Green again, baby. Damn it, they took the Tormentor too quickly. Yeah, Roshan lets out a cry, a plea for help, but I don't think anybody's going to answer it. Roshan's just going to go down. It's going to be another Aegis for Ulnet. Tundra, a little bit sloppy, a little bit messy, giving away a little bit too much. They are the team which are ahead. They are the team with the big gold advantage. They choose to back out, sort out their waves, get the Tormentor in exchange for an Aegis. Mighty questionable here. And something we may be looking at later on.
I just don't know if the Tormentor was that much value, right? Especially,
really?
Maybe they just didn't time the Roshan and they were kind of guesstimating it against, like, oh, it could have been mid-late daytime, right? But they're jumping in onto Ulnet.
Yeah, Ulnet, he's going to hold off on the BKB for now. Ramsey is just looking to start the fight going on to them. Requiem does get used to no real effect. No one really close enough to use it. And now, well, they'll jump on top of the Shadow Fiend, and he's gone very quick. But they've traded the Mars for it. Ulnet, immediate BKB coming out from them as Pure just rips through Supreme. Now you don't have a mid laner. Swap out Strike and Ulnet to some degree of safety, but he's just being followed by Pure. He will not leave him alone. Another hero tossed into the blender, which is Pure and his illusions, and the army of Chaos Knights take down everybody. And that has been the one consistent of this game. There's just no one ever threatening Pure at any point.
Yeah, it was the Rubik swap, by the way. He swapped him back into the Phoenix egg to further punish the Shadow Fiend. And have we just not just watched the same game for like 20 minutes or so? When they did Roshan, they went mid, same thing happened. They get the next Roshan, same thing happens. Where like Ramsey jumps into Ulnet. Ulnet uses Requiem on a BKB Mars, instantly dies, and then there's no real fight construct happening here. It's just a lot of individual pickoffs. What happened? What happened?
Oh, it's so sad you guys missed that. We had a lovely interaction between Rubik and Force, Thompson and Force. When they just saw each other, immediately the Rubik swaps, and immediately Force just swaps back, and they just go back, continue doing what they were doing.
Right.
The double nether swap.
Just look at the offlane Venge. Look at the items he's buying.
I'd rather not.
This doesn't install big comeback potential late game. It's like Aetherlin's Aghanim's. It's, yeah. Tundra, they walk up to the high ground, chipping it away with their Morphling, very slowly.
Of all the heroes. Oh, there you go. Couple of punches on that tower. The flow Morphling.
That should help.
I'd say doing what he does best, but no. Doing what he does best is stealing spells and breaking ankles. Is this Phylactery Candor fully complete on Supreme, or just the... Yeah, full Candor will be available pretty shortly on Supreme. Better late than never, I suppose. Well, what do you think about his build this game? Do you think stopping off for the Echo was worthwhile?
I think how good his early game was. Echo Saber is always nice to be an additional Phoenix killer, right? You can help kill the egg a little bit quicker, you can... I'm not opposed to it. It's more about the game that's stalled rather than him. Ulnet does not care about these records. He just throws them out like no.
I think he probably should. Ulnet is just dead to Pure once again. I mean, Pure is just killing everybody right now. Ulnit's dead, Force is dead, Narman's dead, Thompson just juggling spells like nobody's business. Force's clone trying to get out of here, but that's not going to happen. 9 class runs him down. And I mean, look, they solved some issues on the side of MOUZ. They improved their game from last game, okay? They made some plays, but they didn't solve the Pure issue. They now have, and I don't think they ever will. The CK is out of control.
Yeah. They put it bluntly, they just don't have an offlane this game.
Yes.
When you compare the fight impact of Ramses on his Mars compared to the Force's Venge, it's night and day difference. And I think Venge is a very delicate hero in the draft. You draft it incorrectly, it's gonna gonna hurt you later down the line, and exactly what happened here. It got drafted a little bit too obviously. You know, the Venge offlane when you already have Willow Master or something, and wasn't the strongest lane, and yeah, it's the product of it. Bengen though, I've seen him run away with Glimmer Cape twice now. Will he survive this time? Yes, he will.
Yes, he will. Nice attempt by Thompson throwing his body around with the telekinesis shard, but doesn't quite connect. One more fight might be in store for MOUZ, whether it will be the Roche fight or just a scrap on the pitch. Well, that's what we're going to find out.
We do have a butterfly on Shadow Fist, so at least there's a bit of potential to stand his ground, but it's also, we saw how quickly he died with the butterfly in the previous fight, and I'm really reaching.
Yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
And you have a Bloodthorn for True Strike anyways, and it's like, wow. MOUZ are going to need a miracle. They're going to smoke around. This is potentially the final smoke of this game. The scan connects, but it's on to 9 class.
Has he found another bloody shield rune? He has.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
Well, they see him. They go for him. Will they kill him is the question. They got him down. The shield is gone. The damage is in. Ultimate does click. Pure tries to jump into the backlines and goes for the Venge. Doesn't really connect super well. And now Ramses, he's in with the arena, controlling them up, not letting them escape. Sure, the Requiem's there, but Ulnit is just getting beaten down by Pure. The swap from Force is nice. Gets Ulnit out to safety. But everybody else is just completely dead as Thompson cuts them down with the toss, with the Fade Bolt, and a nice little Shadow Rays on top of that as well. Beautiful stuff.
Every single fight. Yeah. Like Tundra making so many little plays, right? Even if the MOUZ misses his spear and the Morph dies quite quickly, Thompson's in position to use beautiful spell combos, and Pure does so much damage on the CK.
5 Shadow Rays as that fight. Like, he just stole the close range one and just went around bopping people with it over and over. Yeah. That's crazy. Not how I expected him to play this, but nobody expects Thompson in position.
Like after how hard his lane was to like find entry to the game, to like create so many moments for his team, like Supreme, he made a little comeback, but just wasn't enough. The rest of his team didn't step up to follow his comeback that he was trying to create. And 30,000 gold lead. It's maybe wait for next Roshan if you're Tundra, just really secure the game. But yeah, that's about it. We are looking at Tundra, who are very scary coming into this group stage.
Yeah. They want to make an example of MOUZ, and game 1, they did it by just absolutely beating them down. Game 2, they're kind of doing some tricks. They got the Morphling, they got the Rubik, stealing the spells, having fun. And behind it all, Pure, just, as I've said many, many times, such a consistent carry player on the Chaos Knight, delivering a pretty spectacular performance. It feels like we're just weighing down the clock now, probably for Roshanna though. Tundra really haven't cared once about Roshan this game, so maybe not. Oh, they're looking.
Yeah, maybe they use Roshan as like a bait.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's give it to MOUZ and it'll bait them to come closer to us.
Wait, you mean give them the Roshan?
Yeah, maybe that was their plan all along. Was to give the Roshan, because it gives, like, there's Aegis confidence, right?
Hold up.
When you get into a game with Aegis confidence, you want to cross the river, you want to make moves. So they baited MOUZ. They basically Roshan and the Aegis was a little cheese trap to get the little mice to, you know, scurry out of the holes, right? That was the plan all
This
along.
is something I haven't seen in a really long time. It is morphling agonyms for 9 class. So you like toss, right? You've enjoyed seeing the tosses?
Yeah.
Okay, have another one. Well, why not?
It's good. We will see. Tundra are just being incredibly patient though. With like this type of lead, with this type of constantly winning every single fight, they have at least you know, adapted to it, because I think the first Roshan was a beautiful sneak from MOUZ. The second Roshan was Tundra just completely forgetting about the objective, it felt like. And the third Roshan, Tundra really ensuring like, oh, guys, we wait for this Roshan, we take this Aegis, and we end the game.
Dire's bottom barracks
Maybe that's
are
it.
under
Tundra just
attack.
like, Aegis are only good for one thing and one thing only, ending games. Anything else? No point.
Flag. Do they already have a flag?
What, on MOUZ? I don't believe so.
Radiant's top
Yeah, they do actually. Marcy's got Roshan's banner.
Ah, Marcy had it. Alright, cool. So we have banner on banner action, which is kind of pointless for a defending
Hype.
team, but still.
scan.
Imagine if we made your
Nice idea.
buildings immune too.
Ugh.
Boys, I got the banner.
Immediately coming across the heart strength blink, BKB, Aegis carrier, the enemy team. Probably not who you want to smoke into, I would guess. I love the overwhelming blink Havoc Hammer combo, by the way. The double strength scaling magic nukes for some reason, which both exist within the game. You don't get to see it very often, but man, it's quite silly when you do.
Bottom barracks are under attack.
Uh-oh, jump in, Hex onto Supreme. He's going to be the target. The swap is going to be there to save the day, but Force now in a world of trouble. Stuck inside the arena, does just get beat down. They don't even need to commit too much for it. Once again, CK comes forwards, 9 class jumping in onto the fight as well, flying through to the backlines here, just completely destroying Bengen. They're looking for more. Supreme, he's back and he's gone. There's a Requiem coming out from the illusion, and Olnit's going to be the one taken on down. Force is dead, Narman's dead, GG is called, and nice little ping out there from Olnit at the end as the room just completely blows up the Shadow Fiend. What a performance, what a game, and what an ending.